Welcome back. Let's find out if we've got anything wrong so far. For that, we go to TV's Andy Levy. So, Andy, big plans this weekend?
Not really. What you got?
I'm flying to England and then taking a train to Wellingborough, which is the hometown of Tom York, the lead singer of Radiohead. I plan to go to his childhood home and sit in the tree right outside his old bedroom window. I'm going to remain there for exactly 37 minutes, or the length of King of Limbs, Radiohead's greatest album and the greatest album of all time. And there I will sob quietly for all of humanity.
Can I make a recommendation?
Yeah.
Last weekend, I flew to England. I paid a visit to Savernake Forest in Wiltshire, where the actual 1,000-year-old oak tree known as the King of Limbs is located. It's a magical place. You can feel the energy as soon as you get there. And here's the truly amazing part. If you listen to the King of Limbs 3 times through while you're sitting under the King of Limbs, a kind of mystical vortex opens, and you become one with the forest, nay, the universe.
Wow, what happened?
Well, Greg, I was consumed by the spirit of the wood, and I spent a wonderful afternoon as a prancing fawn playing my pan flute and frolicking with delightful woodland nymphs. I highly recommend it, but my only advice is to make sure you're out of the forest by midnight.
Well, what happens at midnight?
Well, let's just say that if I hadn't tricked the evil giant into listening to Coldplay, I probably wouldn't be here right now. The foul creature thought it was early Radiohead, and by the time he realized he was listening to Chris Martin, it was too late, and the all-powerful flame of shame consumed his body until he was no more.
Well, that was a hell of a weekend, Andy. I'm glad everything worked out.
Thanks. You have fun this weekend. Keep some Coldplay handy just in case.
I always thought Coldplay was just some kind of weird lotion.
No, that's something other play.
Oh, okay. You're an embarrassment.
I had nothing there. I know. Still thinking about that giant
thing.
And those woodland nymphs.
Yes.
Hitchens says Obama is secretly Swiss. Congressman, you said it's hard to imagine somebody worse taking control of Libya. Even Satan?
No, that would be worse, Andy. That would be worse.
All right. Serious point, though, Congressman. 1,000 people are dead by the hands of their own government. Up until earlier today, or on Friday, our response has pretty much been the equivalent of a sternly worded letter to the editor. Shouldn't we have done something?
Well, it depends what we do. You want to make sure that you don't exacerbate the situation. You do want to work, as the Obama administration is trying to do, especially with your European allies, to go in there and try to limit the ability of Gaddafi through no-fly zones and others. We've seen other countries trying to bring in warships, but you do not want to get dragged into a situation where it's a civil war and the United States becomes involved militarily.
Right. All right, I will accept that answer.
Wow.
John, you said Obama's response to the Arab uprisings was mature and disciplined.
Yes, I said it. I know what I said.
Really? Is that what you're looking for in a president? Really?
Touche. That is a good point. I stand by everything that I said.
All right. PAB, you said the #1 concern for us has to be our people on the ground in Libya, and I don't disagree, but Hitchens' point was that the White House could have made it clear to Gaddafi that if anything happened to our people, quote, he would lose his throne and his ramshackle armed forces and perhaps his worthless life all in the course of one afternoon.
Yeah, it's really a great article. There are so many great quotes in there, and that is one of them, and everybody should read it.
Okay.
Not funny, sorry.
No, I know. That's all right, neither am I. President's Motown Bash. Greg, you said you believe the word Motown is a twist on the postal abbreviation of Missouri, I think it was?
Yes.
It's actually a combination of the words motor and town, as Motortown is a nickname for the city of Cleveland, where they lead the world in making motors for those little portable fans that you put up by your face.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah.
You know, I heard about the Motown Museum, where you can go there and actually see the progression of how they made those tiny little hand fans.
Oh, and they've gotten smaller, which is really cool, and lighter and stronger.
They have the world's smallest fan there, and they show it next to a penny.
Right?
Yeah, it's like it's cooling Lincoln.
No, it looks like the giant penny that's in the Batcave.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nerdy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. By the way, Motown, the label, record label, of course, formed by Cleveland native G. Gordon Liddy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Jr. I'm sorry, G. Gordon Liddy Jr.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm old.
Yeah. Hey, Charles, it really bothers you that the White House did this thing?
Well, before I answer that, listening to Greg's weekend plans and yours from last week, white guys have the most incredible weekends.
Don't we?
I'm going to catch a couple episodes of the Boondocks and come back to work on Monday. You guys, I'm so jealous. I don't know how you pull it off.
Yeah.
But yeah, the White House's response really does tick me off a little bit.
Really? I mean, this was a thing that was planned well in advance. They should have canceled it.
Well, I mean, first of all, if you saw what we saw, wouldn't you want to cancel that?
Really, I would have made up a crisis. I'd say, listen, you know what? Argentina's having a civil war this weekend. We got to cancel this thing.
All right.
They should have been maybe they should have been prepared with some kind of response. I don't know. But the thing is, I always think if there's within your borders there's a problem. Like if there was a massive natural disaster, that would be different.
Right.
But you can't.
Or 43 million people were living on food stamps and you were in the White House partying every night. Or playing 55 rounds of golf.
But Charles, I mean, the canapes are going to go bad.
Well, that's a good point, but I don't know.
And
You're getting me. I'm inching along. I'm getting closer.
Charles, think of all the servants they were employing. There must have been at least 100, right?
I don't think we call them servants anymore, Greg.
Servers. I meant servers.
Okay. Congressman, you said of the event, quote, "My wife and I were kind enough to be invited."
Yeah, I misspoke.
Yeah.
But I have poetry in my fingertips. And I'm going to let my resentments for you
You
grow.
should see somebody about that.
Yes, and my loyal friends will deal with you.
Okay.
You little wood nymph.
Gregolog, anti-abortion billboard taken down. Yeah, okay. Charlie Sheen.
I knew you were not even going to touch that.
Nope.
No one wants to do stories about abortion ever on Red Eye, anywhere.
Not just on Red Eye.
I know, all shows. It's amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Congressman, you said Sheen is crying out for help, and yet he continues to refuse to get help. So what are you supposed to do?
What are we supposed to do?
I don't know.
I think we are supposed to stop obsessing about him and hope that his family and the others can help him find the treatment that he needs.
All right. So Damon Lindelof, the co-creator of Lost, wrote a piece for the New York Times saying that people actually don't want Sheen to get better, that what they want is, quote, fresh, salacious content. PAB, he's talking about you, isn't he?
No, I really do want, I agree with the congressman. I do want Charlie Sheen to get better.
No, you love this stuff.
What, the nation of Sheen, or what do we call it? Crisis in Sheen? Unrest in Sheen. That's not mine. Sorry. I can't take credit for that. No, I do hope he gets better.
The worst part of all of this is it's absolutely ruined Navy SEALs for me.
Oh, hard to watch, huh? Yeah. And what about Lucas?
Thank
I
God
watch
for-
Lucas and I shake my head. Mainly because I like shaking my head.
Navy SEALs has the great Michael Biehn, though.
Oh, fantastic. Whatever happened to him?
He's still around.
I don't believe that.
I think we need a buddy comedy starring Charlie Sheen and Mel Gibson. It should be about two guys who have to pretend to be Jewish in order to get the apartment they want, and it should be called Rental.
Ah, I like that.
That's my pitch.
It's a good pitch.
Call me Hollywood.
All right.
I'm done.
Did you really just do that?
I sure did.
You know the phones are really small now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they?
Yeah, they're tiny. Should have been like this. Yeah, that's it. Would have worked, I guess. I don't know. Anyway.
Go away.
See ya. Coming up, Steve Guttenberg is dead. Set against doing another Police Academy sequel. His loss, really. But first, what are these? Hot chicks on the beach? Yeah, hot chicks on the beach. Bet they're thinking about the story we're going to do in the next block on Facebook. He wouldn't fly because she wasn't a guy. I speak of an Indian flight that was delayed for 90 minutes because a passenger didn't want to fly on a plane piloted by a woman. Apparently, it all started when the pilot came on to make the announcements. That's when a male passenger started to get nervous, saying, quote, "Mana hai kaya, gar na isam bata, plane kaya sambaligi," which translates to, "I don't want to die. She can't take care of the house. How will she take care of the plane?" Soon after, he was booted off the plane, and some wonder if his concerns were justified. I believe we have a picture of the pilot. Well, now it makes sense. It's Amelia Earhart. Anyway, let's discuss this in
Lightning round. Lightning round.
Gone.
I love how nobody even reacted to the Amelia Earhart picture. I thought that was kind of clever. She's the only pilot we know. PAB, why aren't there more female pilots? Where are they?
They're home cleaning their houses, but apparently not doing a very good job.
Oh, you're going to get lots of mail.
That did not make any sense. He says she can't even keep the house clean. Does he know this pilot? How does he know how clean her house is?
But I guess, okay, that's what I'm getting at, Charles. Do you travel a lot? I don't see a lot of female pilots. I don't. Is that just because I'm not paying attention?
Yeah, I guess, maybe. I don't see the pilots anymore either.
That's true.
Since I don't
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. But Sally Ride, I guess she had to be a pilot before she became an astronaut.
That's true. That's true.
I agree with Patty Ann. I don't know how he knew this woman so intimately. And by the way, is keeping a good house a prerequisite for being a good pilot?
Good question.
Exactly. No, because I'm sure male pilots are slobs.
Yeah.
I watched I Dream of Jeannie. I saw their apartment. That's my only experience with pilots. Congressman, in all your travels, have you ever been nervous when you see a female pilot?
No.
No? That's a pretty good answer because any other
Anything
answer
else is problematic.
Yes, exactly. Well done, my friend. John, doesn't this show how cultures are really different from ours?
I know. Isn't that funny how foreign cultures are different from ours? It's amusing. I'm all for women flying steel phalluses.
Interesting.
And I would pay extra to fly sexy airlines.
Oh, I would too. That's a great idea.
Thank you.
I think I did that once. Southwest in the 80s. That was sexy
That was
airlines.
sexy airlines?
Yeah,
I like
they
sexy airlines.
used to sleep in the above board. What am I talking about? Next topic. There's a new Facebook app that teaches you how to remove your own face. No, I wish. No, actually, it's a new app called Waiting Room, which is also pretty interesting. Basically, it lets you notify a person in a relationship that you have a crush on them. They get a notice that someone is in their, quote, waiting room, and your identity isn't revealed until the person changes their status to single. PAB, brilliant or terrible idea?
I love this.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, women should never join a man's waiting room because it's a whole hard-to-get thing, people. You don't just hand yourself to the guy on a silver platter. But
Come on, people.
I mean, honestly. But secondly, I mean, you don't know who the person is who's waiting for you until you break up with your current. I mean, it's a pretty big risk, isn't it?
You know, it freaks women out when you wear the ski mask.
Yes. Yeah.
So why is this going to work?
I have no idea. But here's the thing, Charles. Don't psychologically we all have waiting rooms in our head? Like, I know that if my wife were to leave me, it's like, I'm helpless. You know, is there somebody out there? No. She won't watch this. Anyway, no, there's nobody. There's nobody. No. I'm joking about when I was not married.
Right.
All right. Guys always have waiting rooms, right?
Well, they got a lot of things going on in their heads, okay? But some waiting rooms are realistic, some aren't.
Mine isn't.
Okay.
I keep thinking I got like 16 Sports Illustrated models waiting to date me.
You're confusing waiting room with backup.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's true.
Every guy has a
But we are losing the art of communication through, technology and the internet. Listen, I went to a movie recently, and all the kids in there were texting each other in the movie theater, so... Whatever happened to the days when you told someone, hey, I like you, and if you ever break up, let me know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Was that actually directed at Congressman McConnell?
I tried to slip it in there, but I got busted.
You guys would make a great couple, I have to say.
We can win the Michigan vote.
Congressman, do you have any commentary on any Facebook app? You are on Facebook all the time. I know he's going to.
But never Craigslist.
Yeah.
This is just nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts. You're appealing to the worst in everybody, to throw yourself at somebody, to have somebody who is in love with somebody else know that there are people out there. Look, what good comes of this?
Yeah, lots of
Other
good.
than like me and Charles hooking up. What good comes of this?
Excellent. All right, last topic. New research suggests that flashing a fake smile at work can actually worsen your mood. Study found that trying to force smiles to suppress negative thoughts may actually make thoughts worse. Congressman, I'm going to go back to you really fast. We don't have much time. You don't like smiling. It is clear. Why don't you just not try to smile at all for the rest of your life and just be happy with that?
Well, a smile when somebody's funny.
Oh, sick burn.
Wow. And I wrote that forward. Okay. John, you hate smiling. Why?
I love being here.
Yeah.
I love smiling.
Yeah.
So the study is like basically saying that if you fake smile at work, you're a dillweed.
Yeah, I bet.
Right, sure.
Yeah. All right. PAB, you must force tons of smiles at all the weird guys that look at you.
What are you talking about, Greg?
Look at that.
Hey, look at that. That just completely paralyzes me.
That's a withering smile.
You forgot the other half of it, which is that they say if you can actually try to make the smile genuine by summoning up positive feelings, that it will actually elevate your mood. And I think that's the more happy takeaway of this, is that if you fake smile with feeling, it can actually improve your mood.
That's a lot of work.
Charles, I see you in the halls a lot. You're very friendly. Is that all fake?
No, I'm happy. I'm mostly a happy-go-lucky person because I'm pretty ugly when I'm not. So, but I think it would be great if we lived in a world where you can walk into the office and flip everyone the bird. If you felt that way, but you might do your boss, and you know what?
Yeah.
I think having a job is a little bit better, even if you have to lose a little more of your life to keep it.
I say hello to everyone. Everyone I run into, I say hello to. You know that?
Creepy.
Yeah, it is creepy. Sometimes I go out of my way to say hello. Sometimes I hug them. Maybe an open mouth kiss. And it gets really bad from there. All right, we're going to take a break. But we've got more stuff to show you, so don't go anywhere. Great tease. So last week I told you how much I enjoy getting my nails done in a fort made of pillows. I do. But I also love charity. So let's announce the winning bid for my piece of artwork. This is a piece I drew of my imaginary childhood in which I was raised by unicorn parents. Both beautiful and tragic, much like my cousin Steve. Hey, Steve. Anyway, Brian Chervenik, who offered $1,234.56 for the piece of art, has won. Congrats, Brian. Once we receive your check for the Wounded Warrior Project, you will receive this autographed framed piece of art. We just gave one away for $8,000 yesterday, by the way. Now on to new art. I'm very proud of this piece. I call it Manatee Contemplating Sex with Either a Unicorn or Wilford Brimley. I think it's one of my better pieces of work, so I expect a pretty high bid on this one, but I'll take anything. So email your bid to redeye@foxnews.com to be considered. The bids will close by next Friday, and as you know, all the money goes to charity. And remember, let's not forget the real message behind this auction. It's not really about charity. It's just about me being awesome. All right? We'll close things out with the post-game wrap-up from TV's Andy Levy. Kind of a jerk. And to see clips of recent shows, go to foxnews.com/redeye. Don't forget, you can catch us Saturday at 2 a.m. Eastern Time, 11 p.m. Pacific Time. Coming up Monday on the next Red Eye, return appearances from former CIA guy Mike Baker, political analyst, Fox News political analyst Angela McGlowan, and National Review Online editor-at-large Jonah Goldberg. Fun. Time to go back to TV's Andy Levy for the post-game wrap-up.
Thanks. Hey, Congressman, tell me about your book. All I know about it is I wasn't asked to write the foreword.
No, but it was written by Mr. Gutfeld here, and I think you'll like it, Andy. Even as a libertarian, you might get a kick out of correcting me for the next decade.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read it.
Well, can I have the crayon I gave you back?
Hey, Charles, how come you don't take more vacations or any vacations?
Well, I went 10 years without one and decided last week we went on a cruise. Did the parasailing thing. First of all, I was scared as hell. They dunk you in the water, then they yank you back out. Well, when they yanked us out, my trunks came off. So you've got 10 people in the boat looking at what the. So we're coming down. Now they're reeling us into the boat. I can't get the trunks on. Now, out of the 10 people, all but one were kind enough to look the other way. But that one guy was like.
Of course.
So yeah.
That was Bill Schultz.
That's one of the reasons I don't like vacations.
All right, I hear you, man. Hey, PAB, I hear you're finally on Twitter?
Yeah, it was one of those things that the company wanted us to do just to promote it. I think they're just looking for us to come out and say really stupid things so that they can fire us or something.
Right.
Because it's like,
Right.
it's
On the other hand,
dangerous.
Bill Schultz still has a job, so that's probably not true.
I can't.
Good point.
I can't. How could she follow Charles Payne?
Really, what a
You're
downer.
forcing her to talk about her Twitter thing after Charles Payne is in the air naked.
I can't top that.
It's like the Thanksgiving parade, man. It's awesome.
In my defense,
And for
I did
some
not
reason-
know that Charles Payne was going to be in the air naked.
And for some reason, everyone who had it on film, it didn't develop. I thought I filmed it, but it didn't develop.
It developed. You know it developed. All right, we got to go, don't we?
Yeah,
John, where
sorry,
can we
Johnny.
find you, John?
Twitter.com/John DeVore. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Andy, PAB, John, Charles, Congo. I called you Congo. Gutfeld.